Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome, live in color and stereo from the most beautiful island in the world, Peru Place. I am Peru. I greet you, friends. Indeed, brimming with eager anticipation for the bus add-on in both ETS and ATS, we are currently exploring the most successful and popular bus simulators available. In the previous episode, we revisited and explored the Bus Simulator 21 once more. For me, it's still one of the best, if not the best, bus simulator, not only on PC but also on console. Of course, there are a few other candidates that have been around a bit longer, which doesn't always mean they're better, but I don't want to say too much about that. We are immersing ourselves in the Fernbus simulator once more on this day. I have considered whether we should drive it more often again, but there are still many things that really annoy me. So anyone who plays Fernbus Simulator on console these days has a huge advantage, as they get a whole lot of map material automatically included in the package. And on the PC platform, you truly have to acquire each and every individual square meter, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm ready to commit to that investment once again. Consequently, for the moment on PC, I'm exclusively driving within the boundaries of Germany. Let's see if I get back into it, if the urge hits me, if there's ever an offer. Offers at TML are always a bit tricky. You can tell how the colleagues always shy away from these discount promotions. Eventually they must. But unlike ATS or ETS, where the primary game can be acquired for merely 4 or 5 euros, the discounts here are not as generous. Instead, you might find a reduction of just 1 to 2 euros, and you don't simply say, okay, that's acceptable, and move on. Well, enough with the complaining. We simply want to experience that sensation once more. And indeed, that's the reason I've selected my route for us, which I have not yet driven on the PC, the authentic Flixbus route, specifically from Mannheim through Heidelberg, Karlsruhe, Stuttgart, Augsburg to Munich. I wish you a lot of fun, and don't forget, if you like it, feel free to show some love, give a thumbs up, ring the bell, and feel free to subscribe. Feel free to take a look at our new web shop, in the new merch shop as well. By doing so, you support this channel, and not only that, you also get something out of it, like a nice hoodie, a shirt, or something else cool. Feel free to check it out, the link is in the video description. Thank you. So, we already have in our possession the bus that is suitable for the tour, the standard MN Lions Coach 2nd generation. Now, this might be something I would consider, perhaps experimenting with another bus. There are 1 or 2 other buses that I find quite intriguing, like the Scania Tourist, you know, things of that sort. But as for the map, I'm uncertain. Well, October 11th, 10 a.m. is a suitable time to commence the journey. I think we'll leave it at that. And here we are. It seems like we're fortunate with the weather, but I don't want to become too excited too soon. Let's see what the day unfolds. Let's close the door here to make it a bit quieter in the cabin. Yes, that's much better. So, how was it again? I need to promptly organize my thoughts on how to commence this process once again. So, this was situated here within the accessories extras, and here we have the standard essential function. Hello, is it acceptable in this manner? Alright, the gear is already engaged. I do not perceive the light as essential at this moment. Is the brake currently engaged? Alright, it is now turned off, and that is satisfactory for the time being. Regarding the temperature, yes, before any complaints arise once more, let us adjust it to precisely 22 or 23 degrees. Exactly 23 degrees is optimal. You can already hear the ventilation system operating here. Exceptionally delightful. Consequently, we provide wireless internet access, refreshments, and naturally restroom facilities. The schedule should also be prominently displayed. I am confident that we are completely prepared. I had previously released the brake. Oh dear, the elderly gentleman is bewildered once more in this situation. Alright, let's proceed forward. I'm genuinely fascinated to see how this will unfold, as I haven't driven in quite a while. I've also configured the graphic settings to automatic at this point. I trust that is satisfactory. It was an impulsive decision. You know me, when inspiration strikes, there will undoubtedly be an episode or a stream like that. Oh dear, I almost missed the traffic signal changing to red. Please don't mess around, this is starting off rather well. Tell me, are the windows foggy? Did it rain? What's going on here? Well, here we proceed once again. We're remaining here, correct? We must continue onward for the time being. Well, are you intending to come to a complete stop? I believe we should engage the handbrake at this moment. It's a downhill slope, and it continues to roll forward. Arriving at the first stop in Mannheim precisely at 10:02, I would cautiously express, perhaps, if I succeed in reaching here without encountering any unfortunate incidents, one red traffic signal after another. Young man, what exactly is happening here? I won't drive all the way up now, or I won't see the traffic light here. I just realized that the accelerator pedal is configured quite generously. I have to be very careful not to start speeding here. So good day, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. So Mannheim is now fully unlocked. Brakewoman, I believe we will require the parking brake more frequently today. I have never utilized the parking brake this often before. What is happening here? Alright, let us check in with the colleagues. Certainly, and then let us observe what unfolds here today. Oh, perhaps I ought to stand up. So, which specific line is this precisely? This is indeed line number 92, alright. Oh, here we have the luggage freight, which is quite significant, otherwise the people will not board here. Therefore, it is somewhat more noisy in this particular location, so I'll converse a bit less. Consequently, it is rather noisy because of the engine, so I generally choose to converse less when outdoors, especially when we are situated adjacent to the bus. But now we have all the little rascals on board, which is quite good. Therefore, let's take a swift glance. The scheduled departure time is precisely at 10:04, and we have ample time, as we are absolutely on schedule with everyone having checked in accurately. That's quite something, as no one is incorrect, so nothing ought to obstruct the path of a successful journey here. Well, that means since everyone is already on board, I just want to quickly check if I actually close the luggage compartment here. Certainly, let's make sure that we do not encounter any delays here due to any potential issues associated with the luggage compartment or similar concerns. Therefore, let's proceed to securely close the doors here, and then it will become quite peaceful. Subsequently, we can smoothly transition to the precisely scheduled departure time, and we will be able to commence our journey. So 1 minute before departure time, which is always 10:03, it means we can calmly double check everything here just in case. Everything is closed, all doors are closed, all compartments are closed. Wonderful. The line 92 that is heading towards Munich is presently on its journey. Consequently, the engine is currently functioning. Has everything been accounted for in this particular location? Yes, indeed, everything fits seamlessly here. Everything fits, yes, but I haven't removed the angle. You can forget about that. Friends, what's going on? Therefore, kindly activate the heating system, otherwise the complaints will start here. Why did it shut off at this specific moment? Well, it is of no substantial consequence. Well then, I would say let's start the announcement and then go for it, right?
Greetings and welcome aboard Flixbus. We are genuinely delighted to have you traveling with us as we embark on our shared destination. Before we truly commence on our journey, here are some... On our bus, the mandatory seatbelt regulation is applicable as well. Consequently, kindly fasten your seatbelt for the duration of the entire trip. In the seat pockets located in front of you, you will discover our onboard card containing further safety guidelines and details regarding our snack and beverage options. A restroom facility is conveniently located in the rear boarding area. If you wish to enjoy complimentary internet access, simply log into our Wi-Fi network, our travel recommendation for installation. Certainly, feel free to visit our official Facebook page at your convenience. Our dedicated team eagerly anticipates receiving your likes and messages. In the event that your battery power runs low, there is no need to worry. Numerous seats within our transportation are furnished with power outlets and are clearly marked for your convenience. This ensures that you are able to utilize your smartphone for the duration of the entire journey. Should you wish to book your subsequent trip while on the move, simply download our application and benefit from exclusive online offers. On LXBus.de, you can find the latest information and city connections available for you every day. Of course, we constantly strive to improve our service. For providing feedback regarding your recent trip, kindly utilize the questionnaire that we will send to you through email. We sincerely appreciate your attention and wish you a truly relaxing journey along with lots of enjoyment on board with Flixbus.
Yes, now entirely in English. I am driving rather liberally across the lanes here, aren't I? Wow, the sun is truly glaring brightly at the moment.
If you would like to explore the internet without any cost, simply connect to our onboard Wi-Fi network. In the event that your battery becomes depleted, there's no issue at all. A significant number of our seats come equipped with power outlets, and these are clearly marked for your convenience. Should you wish to arrange your next journey while traveling, simply download our application onto your smartphone. This way you can benefit from our numerous exclusive online discounts. For additional information, please feel free to visit our website at flixbus.com or reach out to us through our official Facebook page. Naturally, we are consistently endeavoring to enhance and refine our service offerings. Kindly utilize the questionnaire that we have sent to you via email to provide us with feedback regarding your recent journey. You can additionally utilize it to convey your recommendations, innovative ideas, and specific requests. We are perpetually prepared to provide assistance, and at this moment, we can finally commence our journey. Thank you for your attention. We sincerely hope that you have a wonderfully relaxing journey and thoroughly enjoy your travel experience with Flixbus.
I wanted to let my colleague finish first. It doesn't make sense for me to talk at the same time, like stereo talking, because then no one would understand. That's why when he chats, I stay quiet and it's good. It is consistently the situation with every single driving simulator that there are subtle intricacies in the various controls. How does the steering wheel respond and how does the gas pedal react? You always have to become accustomed to the acceleration once again, which is precisely why I am not going too fast at this particular moment. Therefore, the subsequent destination would be Heidelberg, where we are expected to arrive approximately between 10 and 11. Well, let's observe. It does not seem to be excessively far away at this particular moment, yet I have a strong suspicion that I am on the wrong path. However, now we are on the right one. I believe that on the next occasion I can enhance the graphics a bit more. I am confident that there is slightly more we can accomplish without compromising the quality. Let's initially observe how the ride progresses today, but I am convinced there's additional potential to be realized. The braking mechanism does not seem to be functioning quite as effectively today. Indeed, it is rather amusing that we are simply standing here at this moment. Interestingly enough, there does not appear to be a substantial amount of activity occurring on the streets. Wow, it is somewhat breezy outside. Do you perceive that as well? The grass is bending again here. Yes, it was obviously clear. When I'm there, it's red, logically. So, he's going back to the city area, right? Yes, I can go back down to 50.
Yeah.
It might even already be Heidelberg. I think it's a shame that it doesn't show how many kilometers are left, even though it's down there. Yes, but I find it a bit small on the navigation system. Frankly speaking, I would much rather have it positioned up there where we possess this structural information. Consequently, there is a forthcoming stop, so I am inclined to think that this will not be an overly exhausting journey. I estimate that we will be traveling for roughly 1 hour to 1.5 hours in total duration. This is simply an approximation, as I haven't driven in this region for quite some time and lack a precise sense of timing for this specific game simulation. Oh yes, indeed, we are required to make a brief loop here. Well, I truly despise this entire looping hazard. You know, we just encountered that in Mannheim, particularly since it's such a remarkably snug loop. Fortunately, we didn't bring a 3 or 6 axle vehicle here, otherwise I'd be maneuvering even more. So, et voila, and even without any accidents, we must make a note here. So, here we are. Whoever wishes to disembark can do so, and let's turn off the engine for a moment because it's bothersome, so we can perform our task in tranquility. Although it's not genuinely quiet, of course. Let's swiftly check in here. Hello, he doesn't wish to accompany us, so Augsburg is acceptable. Stuttgart, yes, good day. But always wherever you desire, darling. So Augsburg, yes, good day. The ticket is for Thorsten Sträter without a beard, correct? The voice doesn't match either, but you're heading to Kaiserslautern, right? Sure, I'm heading somewhere else. Made a mistake. Sorry about that. We all have folks who can join us on this trip. Certainly, then let's proceed to finalize the loop. Well, we are unable to get the bus entirely full today either, and that's something I've consistently criticized somewhat, or rather, I'm expressing my criticism once more now. Why is it that we cannot just have the bus completely full for once? It must absolutely be feasible in some manner. I have indeed encountered completely occupied Flixbuses in the past quite a long time ago when I lived in Germany, so it certainly does occur. Let's examine this more thoroughly. The departure time is scheduled for 10:53 and we're running slightly behind, I would say. Oh dear, alright, then we should make sure that we get moving. Everything is already completely closed here, so kindly wait a brief moment. Alright, it's now fully closed, which is absolutely fantastic. Then we'll commence the conversation here, and subsequently we'll ensure that we get moving.
Greetings and welcome aboard Flixbus. We are genuinely delighted to have you accompanying us as we embark on our journey towards our destination today, before we truly commence our travel. Here are a few instructions. We also have a mandatory legal requirement for seatbelt usage on our bus. Well, isn't he initiating the engine? In the seat pockets located in front of you, you will discover our...
Yes, it did shorten the announcement a bit. I clicked the wrong option by mistake, did you see? But it's better this way as we won't have to hear it again and again. We have 6 or 7 stops, so we don't need to hear it again every time. At least not completely. I think he has now accounted for the trip, for the partial route, I suppose. I don't think they will deduct it from us now because it was interrupted. So swiftly over here, this is really cutting it quite close. I believed I was actually rather swift with the check-in process. Now, unfortunately, we are experiencing a slight delay once more. Let's determine if we can quickly access the highway soon so that we can recover some of the lost time. On the highway, one can generally make significant progress. By the way, where ought we to plan our initial rest? Perhaps after passing through Stuttgart and Augsburg each time upon reaching Karlsruhe. 12:07 p.m. and at this moment we currently have 11:04 a.m. with a remaining distance of 60 kilometers. We should be able to arrive in a timely fashion, including check-in and all other necessary procedures. In general, I am usually required to exert a gentle pressure on the accelerator pedal in this specific situation. However, the traffic signal is once again creating a delay for us, as is frequently the case. Directly in front of us are the law enforcement officers. We ought to conduct ourselves properly, as it is not particularly convenient at this moment. Oh, there's another police vehicle. Something is occurring up ahead. Hopefully, they are not approaching because of my actions. He makes a turn at that particular spot as well. Crank, 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 and further up ahead, it's red once more. Naturally so green. Yes, green wave, kindly bring it on. We are still lucky the green wave is holding. Let's make our way through here a bit. I can't possibly have such an abundance of luck all at once. Now the joy has come to an end once more. But it seems these are all short distances here for now anyway. Yes, the first stops around Mannheim are relatively close to each other. You'll notice that at most 100 kilometers there's not much highway, more like country roads. You can clearly observe it right here. I'm exercising a bit of caution. So I won't drive more than 80 there now. Now I have set it to 84, 85 on the cruise control, I believe. That should be enough for now. Yes, that is precisely what I meant. This particular curve here is quite nasty. Alright, I truly needed to reduce my speed somewhat, otherwise I would have been swept right out of the curve. That is not the primary concern here. How on earth is that tree extending out onto the track? This situation is entirely unacceptable. Is there truly no highway maintenance or anything similar in place? Wow, you absolutely should not begin at 100 here. I can already see the next curve here. You're lucky if you can speed through here at 80 with the bus. How many stops do we currently have, in fact? We have Karlsruhe, then Stuttgart, and subsequently the major ones commence from Stuttgart, continuing over Augsburg and Munich. That's where we have the longer highway stretches. I believe that the stretch between Karlsruhe and Stuttgart will likely resemble more of a country road, I suppose, given that the distance isn't particularly extensive. Indeed, the colleagues who are in front of me here are also not driving at speeds exceeding 80 for specific reasons. So, we will soon reach Karlsruhe. It is already approximately 11 kilometers to the stop up ahead. Please let there be no traffic congestion in this area so that they can at least depart from Karlsruhe on schedule. I am currently slightly exceeding the designated speed limit, so I should exercise a bit more caution. Indeed, I believe I should make some adjustments to the steering mechanism here once more, as it feels somewhat too light for my preference. The other simulators tend to have a significantly firmer grip. For today, there is quite a bit more to accomplish, but I must revisit it once again. The steering wheel in this particular setup turns with excessive ease. So, what is the precise time at the moment? It is 15 minutes before 12, and the stop is just ahead on the right-hand side. So, the arrival is fine. The departure time, of course, also depends on our passengers, among other things. How many individuals are present to impede our progress? Let's articulate it in this manner. Once we reach Karlsruhe, we must accelerate somewhat, as it is inevitable. So, with the gear disengaged and the mode turned off, it's genuinely quite troublesome here, as the controls are becoming somewhat unmanageable. My apologies. Therefore, let's proceed to open the doors. Here we shall proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, could we please pick up the pace a bit? We are unfortunately running behind schedule today. Yes, please continue moving along, as I have already checked you. The individual is causing a delay for me at this particular location. Therefore, Stuttgart Augsburg, yes madam, greetings to you. Please kindly direct your attention. Concentrated check-in process. Yes, all good. Quick check, the overhead compartment is open. Absolutely, you guessed it correctly. Augsburg, are you also accompanying us on our journey to Munich? Certainly. So, hello? Flensburg. No, that is the incorrect route. Augsburg, dear, to which destination are you currently headed? To the city of Munich, therefore, and here to the city of Stuttgart. Yes, indeed. So, then we should have every single person accounted for. Yes, except for that one colleague who is completely in the wrong place here. There's nothing I can do about that now. So, the door is securely closed and a quick glance at the clock is taken. 1:09 p.m. is the scheduled departure time. Indeed, we have successfully managed to make up a little bit of time. That's really quite good. That's really quite good. That's really quite good. That's really quite good. Initiate the journey exactly 1 minute before the designated departure time, as is traditionally customary. Alright, then we can adequately prepare ourselves for the forthcoming departure. It's progressing rather well. The brake is not engaged in any manner, which is perfectly acceptable. Alright, then let's proceed with making the announcement and continue. Why has he turned off the restroom at this particular moment? It's quite unpredictable that at times you might inadvertently press the other buttons on the control pad while you're steering with the wheel. So please don't be astonished if I happen to do some peculiar things from time to time.
Greetings and a warm welcome aboard Fernbus. We are genuinely delighted to have you accompanying us on our journey to our travel destination today. Before we get fully underway, here are a few essential guidelines. The mandatory seatbelt regulation is applicable on our bus as well. Consequently, we kindly request that you fasten your seatbelt for the duration of the entire journey. In the seat pockets located in front of you, you will discover our onboard card containing further safety instructions and detailed information regarding our snack and beverage offerings. A restroom facility is conveniently situated in the rear boarding area. Should you wish to browse the internet without any cost, simply connect to our complimentary Wi-Fi network. Our travel recommendation for you: take a look at our Facebook page. Our team is absolutely thrilled with your likes and messages. If your battery happens to run low, there is no problem at all. Many of our seats are conveniently equipped with power outlets and are clearly marked for your convenience. This way, you can use your smartphone throughout the entire journey.
So just a quick break. I just want to take a quick look. So after Stuttgart, we need to make the first stop, the first break. All right, all clear.
If you desire to book your upcoming journey while on the move, simply download our application and take advantage of exclusive online promotions. On Flixbus.de, all the most recent information and city connections are readily available for you each day. Certainly, we are eager to continually enhance our service. For any feedback regarding your recent trip, kindly utilize the questionnaire that we will be sending you via email. We sincerely appreciate your attention and wish you a truly relaxing journey along with lots of enjoyment with Bought by Flixbus.
Hi.
We are now on board and fully prepared to transport you to your preferred destination today. Before we embark on our journey, we would like to provide you with some important information regarding the trip. It is mandatory to wear seatbelts on the bus, so we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the journey. You'll find it in the seat pocket in front of you. You will find our informational card, which contains additional safety instructions and comprehensive details about our available snacks and beverages. A restroom is located in the rear boarding area. If you would like to explore the internet without any charge, simply connect to our onboard Wi-Fi network. If your battery happens to run out, no worries. Certainly, a significant number of our seating arrangements are fitted with electrical power outlets, which are clearly marked for your convenience. If you wish to reserve your upcoming journey while you are traveling, simply download our application onto your smartphone device, allowing you to benefit from our numerous exclusive online discounts. For additional information, kindly visit flixbus.com or reach out to us on Facebook. Naturally, we are consistently striving to enhance our service. Kindly utilize the questionnaire that we have sent to you via email to furnish us with your valuable feedback regarding your recent journey. You are also welcome to use it to share any suggestions, innovative ideas, and specific requests you might have. We are consistently prepared to provide assistance, and at last we are able to embark on our journey.
Therefore, if anyone wishes to watch this specific episode dubbed in either the English language or Greek, there is also the Greek or English channel accessible from Peroplays. Please do not be perplexed if you hear the announcements repeated twice. This is due to the synchronization process. As in the Flixbuses, the travel announcement is made once in the German language and once in the English language. So don't be surprised if the announcement repeats. There's nothing more I can do. That's just how it is. Now it's actually the first time we're going on the highway. I was just about to mention, now we can relax a little bit. Up ahead, I notice another construction site. Perhaps we'll be fortunate and can bypass it by taking the exit here, as I just realized we need to make a right turn soon. Absolutely, that way we can also circumvent the construction site. Excellent. That's how I like it. So this isn't a very long distance here, about 79 to 80 kilometers to Stuttgart. I anticipated it would be a more significant leap. I suppose between Stuttgart and Augsburg, that will likely be the most substantial leap later on. Indeed, genuinely they simply cannot seem to rise from their seat, you comprehend, yet persist in remaining seated right here in front of us, providing no assistance whatsoever. In these curves, particularly the sharper ones, it's truly the first instance where you perceive a somewhat more noticeable resistance in the steering here on the steering wheel. As I mentioned previously, I must make adjustments once more at this point, yet I am not inclined to express dissatisfaction. Up to this point, it is functioning rather effectively, and we are navigating the route quite successfully, with everything aligning appropriately thus far. When do we arrive at our destination? 1:45 p.m. There was a minor accident, but we have been away from here for quite some time now. We are moving so quickly that the individual impacted is unable to even read our license plate, so it is not an issue. I genuinely did not completely comprehend any portion of that. It is indeed quite uncommon, if you are familiar with me, that I drive at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour here, even on the highway. However, the traffic is relatively calm, so you can occasionally do that. Otherwise, I generally adhere to maintaining a speed of approximately 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. You reach your destination just as swiftly and, most importantly, with safety. Hey man, we're cruising through Germany at a rapid pace and we're nearly back in Stuttgart with just 19 kilometers remaining, which is practically nothing. I believe on this occasion we might actually arrive quite early. Let's find out. Yes, we could drive 70, but you can forget about that here with the traffic lights. Never, never. I am thoroughly convinced that we must merge into the left lane quite soon. I sincerely hope that those drivers who are less considerate will permit us to merge into the lane soon, because just ahead we can already observe on the GPS that shortly after the gas station, a little further along, we are required to make a left turn. Will the driver grant me permission to merge? Yes, with some persistence he does allow me to merge. Alright, it's not that early. Up there, the intersection is still a bit further away. One traffic light after another. You'll go absolutely insane with them being less than 100 meters apart. Incredible. Consequently, the entrance ought to be situated somewhere on the left-hand side in this vicinity. Once more, I'm somewhat dazzled by the sunlight, and I nearly overlooked the entrance here. So, it's relatively unoccupied here. Honestly, for a large city like Stuttgart, I would have expected a slightly more substantial crowd of individuals, but alright, that's satisfactory to me. Consequently, let us move forward to deactivate the engine at this juncture and partake in additional walking once more, quite enjoyably across, and onward we proceed. So, who desires to take an additional turn who hasn't yet had the chance? Munich exceeds Bremen. No. That's completely wrong. I sincerely hope I'm accurate in this situation. Yes, Augsburg. Hello. I sincerely hope I'm accurate in this situation, Düsseldorf. No, genuinely, just genuinely not. So, Augsburg, our representative for individuals who are less privileged, is not present at this moment. Certainly the vast majority of individuals now naturally possess a strong desire to travel to either Munich or Augsburg. That was indeed the situation once again, wasn't it? Certainly 2 customers were overlooked in this specific instance, but this is undoubtedly one of the more delightful stops in this particular vicinity. I continue to believe that one of the most stunning Flixbus stops is located in Hamburg, precisely at the Hamburger Zoff. Visually, it also resembles that a bit. The other stops consistently appear somewhat makeshift, resembling temporary stops in that particular direction. I would suggest that there is still ample room for enhancement. So, let's take a look at the plan here at 1325. So I've really put the pedal to the metal. Departure would actually be here at 1357, and we'll be jumping ahead in time a bit. Indeed, and subsequently we will most likely proceed directly onto the highway. Now we encounter the 2 significant segments specifically to Augsburg and from Augsburg to Munich. This suggests that we will indeed be obligated to take a brief pause between these 2 metropolitan areas, especially between the concluding stations. Well, then I would express that up to this point, everything is proceeding smoothly. A brief verification, ensuring everything is properly secured alright, then let's proceed with getting the vehicle in motion once more, as it sometimes tends to skip a station or two in this particular area. As I mentioned earlier, this situation was not prearranged by me. Even the turn signal that he has just activated once more was not anticipated. So everyone, just briefly, we wanted to make our way over here, otherwise we might end up standing around endlessly until it's time for departure. Absolutely, let's commence the journey. We shall not pause for a break just yet. That opportunity will arise soon at the highway rest area. Yes, we'll restart the text and hear from each other soon after.
Hello, and an exceptionally warm welcome to Fernbus. We are sincerely delighted to have you aboard as we embark on our journey towards our destination today. Before we genuinely commence our trip, here are some. On our bus, the mandatory seatbelt regulation is also applicable. Therefore, kindly ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened throughout the entire duration of the journey. In the seat pockets located in front of you, you will discover our onboard safety guidelines and detailed information regarding our snack and beverage offerings. A restroom facility is conveniently located in the rear boarding section. If you desire to browse the internet without incurring any cost, simply connect to our complimentary Wi-Fi network. Our travel recommendation is to visit our Facebook page. Our team is absolutely thrilled to receive your likes and messages. If your battery is running low, there's no need to worry. A significant number of our seats are equipped with power outlets and are appropriately marked for your convenience. In this manner, you are able to utilize your smartphone for the duration of the entire journey. Should you wish to book your subsequent trip while on the move, simply download our application and benefit from exclusive online offers. On Flixbus.de, all the most up-to-date information and city connections are readily available for you each and every day. Naturally, we are eager to continuously enhance our service. Kindly utilize the questionnaire that we have sent to you via email for providing feedback regarding your recent trip. We express our gratitude for your attention and wish you a very relaxing journey along with lots of enjoyment on board with Flixbus. Hello and welcome aboard Flixbus. We are delighted to have you traveling with us today, and we are thrilled to transport you to your preferred destination. Before we embark on our journey, we would like to provide you with some essential information regarding the trip. Wearing seatbelts is mandatory on the bus, so please keep your seatbelt fastened during the whole trip. In the seat pocket in front, you'll find our info card with safety instructions and snack and drink details. You will discover our information card, which contains the safety instructions and comprehensive details of our snacks and beverages. There is a restroom conveniently located in the rear boarding area. If you wish to browse the internet without any charge, simply connect to our onboard Wi-Fi network. In case your battery depletes, there is no issue. A significant number of our seats are furnished with power outlets, which are clearly marked for your convenience. If you wish to reserve your upcoming journey while you are traveling, simply download our application onto your smartphone. This way, you can benefit from our numerous exclusive online discounts. For further information, please visit our website at flixbus.com or contact us through our official Facebook page. Certainly, we are consistently endeavoring to enhance our service. Kindly utilize the questionnaire we dispatched to you via email to offer us feedback regarding your recent journey. You can also utilize it to communicate your suggestions, ideas, and requests.
So, that's the conversation completed. Very pleasant. I actually estimated the duration quite accurately. I had said at the beginning, if you remember, that we would have about an hour and a half of travel time, so real time. That seems to be almost precisely accurate, as far as I am capable of discerning, I would say. We've been on the road for nearly an hour now. We will take a brief break soon, then proceed onward to Augsburg, and subsequently it is merely a short journey to Munich. At this particular juncture, we just need to stay attentive for the approaching rest area so that we can take our necessary break. Younger blended happens yearly. So, the arrival in Augsburg is planned? Let's see if we can do that, including a break. It's quite pleasant right now, a bit shady, so at least you can see well otherwise, because up ahead you can already see the sun is shining brightly. Oh, that seems to have been an unfortunate accident. Could someone please make a call to 112 right here? Someone's injured and I don't think it's a good situation. Oh, just over there. We can already observe that there is a police checkpoint. But that's not a problem, because we wanted to take a break anyway. I sincerely hope that each and every one of our little rascals present here is securely buckled up, just as instructed in the announcement. So where is it located now? So, where exactly is my designated parking spot located? There's a checkpoint ahead. I think our designated parking lot is behind it on the left. So, everything should be in order for now, assuming of course that all my colleagues have buckled up. So let's take a look. Driver's license readily available, vehicle registration illuminated, indeed, warning triangle, all essentials on board. So, is every passenger securely buckled up? Indeed, 19 out of 22 is still considered acceptable. Alright then. Yes, in any situation, we can proceed with driving without any disturbances. Naturally, we'll take our break soon. Situated directly behind the trailer, you will discover our specifically designated parking area. So, absolutely marvelous. Perfectly ideal, we integrate flawlessly. At this moment, I would like to proceed with shutting everything down here naturally. This way, the colleagues have the opportunity to stretch their legs for a little while, or whatever they may prefer. Thus, and whoops, I unintentionally came into contact with the microphone, my deepest apologies. Now let's continue with a short intermission. Therefore, the intermission has concluded, which signifies for us that we must verify if all individuals have returned to the bus. Let's endeavor to proceed through this area as swiftly as we can manage. I am consistently delighted when the bus is not completely full, as it permits us to navigate through it more swiftly. Nevertheless, at this particular moment, the bus is indeed quite thoroughly occupied. Can't really complain right now. One moment, I'm missing two here. What's going on? We have him, and indeed we have you. Ah, the Romeo. So one individual is still unaccounted for. or perhaps not. Now we have everyone present, okay, confirmed, because only then can we naturally proceed here, correct? You are able to click. Therefore, let us proceed onward to Augsburg. What is the current time, actually? 3 p.m. We have a total of 90 minutes for 93 kilometers. We should be able to handle that, correct? All doors are secure. Please wait a moment and always ensure to check. Caution is the mother of the porcelain box. So, we've taken a brief pause, and we've also been through a thorough police inspection. I would say that we are now out of the worst part of it. What I genuinely continue to miss in this location are the mirrors designed specifically for the blind spot. A modern and contemporary bus, without a doubt, is something I genuinely miss in this specific location, but it is quite acceptable. You can still manage it. So, we are definitely heading in the right direction here. Indeed, I intentionally accelerated to a speed of 90 to 94 kilometers per hour so that we can compensate for some of the brake time and ensure our timely arrival in Augsburg. So, there's a bit of crawling going on here. I'm not too thrilled about it. There are numerous trucks that you have the opportunity to overtake at this moment. We simply need to conduct a quick verification and ensure that we merge back to the right lane promptly so we do not miss our designated exit. I possess a strong inclination for driving when the roadway is unobstructed and open ahead, as that is when occurrences tend to happen. Now here arrives a construction site narrative. Accelerating just a little more, yet merely 25 kilometers remain until we reach Augsburg. Honestly, I had envisioned the journey to be somewhat more prolonged, but alright, what precisely just occurred? A truck just executed a swift maneuver here. You really can't fabricate this kind of situation, can you? It's truly unbelievable. Ah, how I've genuinely missed that delightful touch of chaos in the everyday traffic. A very warm welcome to the city of Augsburg. I think we're also good on time. 3:45, 4:25 p.m. is the arrival time, and we can already see the stop on the bottom right of the navigation. We should certainly be able to accomplish it with ease. We can also allocate the time and navigate the curve with caution. We have already encountered 2 minor accidents, which is actually fewer than I had anticipated, as I mentioned, particularly given that I haven't operated the good piece for quite some time. However, no, it's alright. Everything is satisfactory and there is nothing to complain about. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving at the station in Augsburg. Kindly proceed to disembark. However, not everyone needs to, as the journey will continue onward to Munich. So one final time, rock and roll out here. He brings his scooter along with him. His rather lousy scooter. It remains out here. We're not bringing that lousy e-scooter. No, absolutely not, Lorelei. It is not a pleasant area whatsoever, but we are definitely not going there at all. So everything only directed to Munich, nothing else. Greetings indeed. Munich is exceptionally suitable. Is there anyone else present here? Hi? Hello indeed. This is the city that is referred to as Munich. Certainly, we have not experienced that particular situation today. Ticket sales for Minga are currently ongoing. So, what exactly would you prefer? I opted for the standard choice regarding city selection. I experienced it in a similar manner once more. Didn't I possess the correct ticket for Munich? Could you kindly elaborate on what is currently transpiring? Am I no longer capable of selling a ticket? For what reason does the term check appear on 2 separate occasions? Well, alright, it's TML. We are not upset. We are simply puzzled. So everyone is in, everything is good. Certainly, it continues to be rather crowded in this particular area. Let's conduct a concise examination. Indeed, we still necessitate a short pause, and we are scheduled to arrive at Munich ZOP at approximately 6:30 p.m. Therefore, our departure is set for 4:27 p.m. As you can observe, we are genuinely rather early. Certainly, we shall make a slight advancement at this moment and subsequently proceed without any unnecessary delay. Initiate the engine once more, ensure the doors are securely closed as per the usual procedure, and make certain to thoroughly verify all components. The luggage compartments are closed, I like that. The doors have been securely closed and the engine is currently running smoothly, so kindly release the parking brake as everything remains perfectly fine and in order here. Indeed, they shall receive their announcement, and subsequently we will proceed to depart from here.
Greetings and welcome aboard Flixbus. We are genuinely delighted to have you with us as we embark on our journey towards our shared destination. Before we fully commence our trip, here are a few important notes. On our bus, the mandatory seatbelt regulation is in full effect as well. Therefore, kindly ensure that you securely fasten your seatbelt for the entire duration of the journey. In the seat pockets located in front of you, you will discover our onboard card with ouch, my apologies, I was just contemplating.
Huh? Looking to the left?
Anyone who desires to surf the internet without any cost can effortlessly log into our Wi-Fi network. Don't forget to check out our travel recommendation on our Facebook page. Our team is absolutely thrilled about receiving your likes and messages. If your battery happens to run low, there's no need to worry. A significant number of our seats are equipped with power outlets and are clearly marked for your convenience. You are able to utilize your smartphone during the entire duration of the journey. Should you wish to reserve your upcoming trip immediately on your mobile device, simply download our application and benefit from exclusive online promotions. On Flixbus.de, all the most recent information and city connections are readily available for you each and every day. Certainly, we are eager to continuously enhance our service offerings. For any feedback regarding your recent journey, kindly utilize the questionnaire that we will send to you through email. We sincerely thank you for your kind attention and wish you a truly relaxing journey and lots of enjoyment on board with Flixbus.
Certainly, we are presently in the process of initiating our descent at this particular location.
Wait.
Oh no, I almost missed the highway exit. That was quite ridiculous to witness. How is your colleagues driving?
There is no issue. A significant number of our seats are furnished with electrical power outlets, which are clearly marked as such. If you would prefer to reserve your upcoming journey while we are traveling, simply download our application onto your smartphone so that you can take full advantage of our numerous exclusive online discounts. For further detailed information, please feel free to visit flixbus.com or kindly reach out to us on our Facebook page. Certainly, we are consistently endeavoring to enhance our service. Kindly utilize the questionnaire that we will send to you via email to provide us with feedback regarding your recent journey. You are also welcome to use it to share any suggestions, ideas, or requests you may have.
Oh, a fellow colleague is driving quite nicely over there. Now, I initially thought we had an extensive distance ahead of us, or perhaps even the most extended one. However, it is not that lengthy, just slightly over 90 kilometers from Augsburg to Munich. We will have to determine if we can indeed locate a rest area along our route. We will remain stationed here behind our colleague. We have an ample amount of time. Certainly, by the way, we still possess the requirement to seek out a rest area. I perceive the route as relatively brief now for another break, but I'm not the individual making that determination. I even have some uncertainties about whether he will locate a rest area within the nearly 60 kilometers. I am aware now for 100 kilometers. We just took a break here before reaching Augsburg, and for 100 kilometers another break immediately. That appears somewhat peculiar to me. We are already able to see the television tower. We are approximately 50 kilometers away. Therefore, I am uncertain if we should make a stop at a rest area at this moment. I am of the opinion that it would be, as I have previously stated, rather illogical to make an additional stop for a span of 100 kilometers. Why at the Augsburg bus station? I simply cannot grasp the reasoning. Indeed, I was just about to point out, we just examined the mobile phone. Why does it continue to display Augsburg as the forthcoming stop? We already allowed passengers to board and disembark there. I certainly do not want the driver to later claim that I bypassed a stop. You all are witnesses. We made a stop in Augsburg for both boarding and alighting passengers, and there really isn't anything further to discuss. Indeed, precisely as I had anticipated, we still have approximately 38 kilometers remaining, and now we're on the verge of exiting the highway once again, everyone. Please refrain from causing any disturbances here. I also do not wish to change lanes any further because we should in fact be preparing to turn off here at any given moment. Yes, we can already observe the exit just a short distance ahead. It is not truly worthwhile to overtake once again for such actions. If you miss your entrance or exit, it becomes quite inconvenient. Taking such detours causes delays. It doesn't have to be. Indeed, it couldn't have been any tighter here, could it? My goodness gracious. Windy today, right? Just look at the plants and trees. It's a gentle, soothing breeze today. So, look, 19 kilometers, we're not going to take an extra break for that. Children, there isn't anything upcoming anyway. I don't believe there's another rest area ahead, and even if there happens to be one, it's merely a few kilometers away. Therefore, kindly remain attentive to the speed monitoring cameras. It frustrates me that it persistently shows Augsburg in this specific location. If he deducts that from me, right? I'm really curious, even though Mannheim is still clearly printed there in bold. It is quite peculiar, naturally, that even when I have not yet reached the intersection, it promptly shifts to red, and manages to capture the precise camera angle that allows me to observe our traffic signal here. And of course, it naturally turns to red. Yes, by skipping the break, we will naturally arrive in Munich much earlier. But I always say it's better to be early than late. The terrain is a bit uneven in this area, and I nearly made an incorrect turn prematurely once again. I have a tendency to possess a somewhat swift finger in this situation. Consequently, this should be the pathway leading to the bus station, Busop in Munich. Afterward, we will ascertain if we can successfully locate our designated parking area. Yes, I clicked the wrong thing, but it's fine. Yes, we need to go all around here in the egg. Alright, let's examine this. Somewhat on it now. Certainly, it seamlessly maneuvered directly into the designated parking space, so to speak. Quite impressive indeed. So, to ensure everything proceeds safely here, let's turn everything off first. I have engaged the brakes. Let's take a more detailed look. No, then let's proceed with it right now. Well, opening the doors for lowering is a bit too late at this specific moment. I entirely forgot about the lowering today. I need to become accustomed to it once more. So, here we proceed, kindly. Everyone out here. Where are my passengers alighting? Ah, there they are. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently approaching our ultimate destination at Munich bus station Z. Consequently, we will be concluding our journey at this location as well. I'm curious to see if he marked that as a stop we didn't reach, because I might need to escalate a bit. So, economy-wise, everything is basically in the green. Once an unauthorized ticket was verified or sold, we will manage to endure the situation. Service, brake quality. Indeed, we did skip a break, but allow me to inquire in return, why should we take another break after traveling 100 kilometers? Why? And secondly, where precisely? There would not have been any opportunity to take an additional break. So, well, we experienced 2 or 3 minor collisions. Apologies for that. But it merely results in a 3-point deduction for driving conduct, thus -4 here. I think that was also related to the safety distance here, but otherwise everything is fine. In this scenario, you acquire a considerable number of experience points additionally, and everything is absolutely fine. Friends, that was a concise recollection of the historical evolution of bus simulators within the Fernbus simulator. Friends, I hope you had a bit of fun. If you did, feel free to show some love, give a thumbs up, ring the bell, and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to check out the new web shop. There's something for everyone, especially for winter, the cold season, cool hoodies with cool designs. That's all I'll say. Well, friends, I thank you for watching and say goodbye until next time. Take care.